Welcome to another Mortal Online 2 video. I'm your host, Based Bellagio. We're going to look at the archery skills today. There has just been a major server rollback. So instead of me being level 11, I'm now level 10 again. And all the stuff that I was missing is I fell off a cliff in Haven while AFK walking. I got all my stuff back. Not that I even want this stuff back. Maybe I jumped off the Haven cliff on purpose. Maybe I am sick of living in Haven. Maybe this is a prison and we're trapped here. And the walls are invisible. How do we get out? The world will never know. But until then, you can learn a little bit more about archery. Archery relies on a few skills, and most of them you completely need to be an effective archer. Let's hop in right now. Range combat is a secondary, and that goes up with your primary in archery. There's nothing else in range combat right now in terms of different weapons, crossbows or anything, if that's going to be a separate category. And now you get to your first archery skill. They're all primaries. You need aiming technique to go further down the rabbit hole. An aiming technique gives you 0 to 50% reduced stamina drain when holding a drawn bow. Definitely useful if you are an archer main. Controlled aiming reduces the stamina penalty from 100% to 0 when holding your breath. People tell me this is not in the game yet. There is no holding your breath in archery as of right now. And then marksmanship, one of the most powerful. This increases your weak spot chance for headshots when using bows. Many pure archers rely on this. This is how they kill their heavily armored targets, by just doing repeated headshots. You have mounted archery, which in order to use mounted archery, you need, of course, controlled riding, and then you could use mounted archery. Very important skills. Now, this may seem like the end of the archery school video because there's no other skills required. Now I'm going to give you my rant and opinion on archery in this game. Based Bellagio never plays an archer in these type of games. But because of Mortal Online 2 and the way the game devs are aiming it, you would be a fool not to take archery with every character you make. Here is why. Because every enemy in PvP that will come against you, every highwayman, every horse killer, they are all mounted archers. They will chase you down, they will shoot you, and they will kill your horse, leaving you stranded. My original build did not have archery, and I was a sitting duck. Even mounted mages and mages have a very hard time defending against archers and their superior power. I have completely redesigned my build. I'm now a mage archer. I'm using daggers right now just to level up, but you have to understand that archery, this game might as well be called Archery Online 2, not Melee Online 2. I mean, that's the second name of the game. The game is definitely not called Magic Online 2. Nope, don't get confused. Archery is the king of conflict. Archery will defend you from said conflict. Archery will defend your animals, your pets. A character without archery is a sitting duck. That is just the way the meta is in this game. Anyone that tells you otherwise is an archer and is lying to you, so you let your guard down. You understand? Archery is the only way to defend. And listen, my whole point is this. You may not be good at archery, but at least you're going to get some shots off. At least you're going to hit their horse a couple times. Whereas before, you have nothing. No defense. And it's very unfortunate that this is the way it is. You know, that you have to incorporate this into your build just to have self-defense. Luckily, you don't need too much of it. You really can get away with just archery and mounted archery. You don't really need all the bells and whistles unless you're maining archery and you want those sweet bonuses. I believe there needs to be a little bit more rock, paper, scissors aspect for mounted archers out there. The only weakness of a mounted archer is, if you've been paying attention, another mounted archer. The only weakness for a foot archer is, you guessed it, another foot archer or a mounted archer. There is no rock, paper, scissors. It ends in archery. You know, magic beats melee if they're fast enough. You know, a fully armored Crow Knight gets dabbed on by mages. But there is nothing for archers. I have guards staring at me, locals. Well, Haven's popping off today. The prison island known as Haven is popping off. Where can I hide and sulk in a Mortal Online 2 fugue state? Maybe back here. This looks cozy. Look at the brown wall. I wonder why it's brown. Guys, I hope that you make it into the game. I hope they figure out some of these situations so the launch goes better. But in the meanwhile, I want to thank you for watching this little video. A lot of opinion, a little information. That's usually how we do it. Hit that thumbs up button if you like it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Hit that subscribe button. And I want to thank all my subscribers for getting us to 1,000 subs, making this YouTube channel great again. And I hope someone can make this game awesome again. We're all missing the beta, I think, huh? The simpler times of the beta. I just want to go visit Meduli again. Do I brave the queue? Do I wait in Haven and keep going crazy? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. And thank you for watching.